Have you ever noticed just how easily a sudden setback can completely derail your momentum? It's wild. One moment, you're totally on top of the world, crushing it. And the next, just a single failure or even one harsh comment, and suddenly you're plunged right into those painful depths of self-doubt. We've all been there.
But we're not staying there. Our ultimate toolkit today for building a truly resilient, rock-solid mindset is Cameron Bailey's incredible book, Maintaining Your Confidence. This is your guide to bouncing back faster and stronger. Here's our quick roadmap for this explainer. We'll look at the foundation of confidence, everyday maintenance, take a quick break, figure out how to bounce back from those inevitable setbacks, discover your true inner confidence, and then finish up with a complete deep dive.
All right, part one, the foundation of confidence. So what exactly is self-confidence anyway?
People use these two terms interchangeably all the time, right? But there's actually a really critical distinction here. Think of self-esteem as the ground beneath you. It's your overall foundation, basically the opinion you hold of yourself based on your upbringing, past experiences, and social interactions. If you've got high self-esteem, you know you're fundamentally worthy of respect. Now, self-confidence, that is the active belief in your specific abilities. It's that spark that lets you step out, take a calculated risk, and actually get things done. Simply put, you're building the house of self-confidence directly on top of the foundation of self-esteem. Moving right along to part two, daily confidence maintenance. Because building it is one thing, keeping it is another.
To make this stick, you've got to build daily habits, and that means getting personal. First up, you have to identify your specific confidence blocks. These might be internal, like your own inner critic or a fear of failing. Or they could be external, like some seriously unrealistic expectations from society. Once you spot them, you hit step two, challenge those negative thoughts. When your brain automatically defaults to, I can't do this, you have to jump in and literally rewrite the script to, actually, I can do this. Ask yourself, where's the actual proof that I can't? And third, lean heavily into your strengths. Literally, write down a list of your wins. Reminding yourself of what you're naturally good at gives you an instant, massive boost in motivation. Now, to keep that momentum going day after day, start setting realistic, measurable goals. This gives you a constant hit of accomplishment. But here is the real secret sauce. You must take calculated risks. Doing this actively forces you out of your comfort zone, and guess what? That is exactly where confidence grows. We aren't talking about being reckless here, just pushing your boundaries a little bit at a time. Also, take a hard look at your circle. You've got to surround yourself with positive people who actually lift you up, because negative people will literally drain your energy dry. And lastly, practice positive self-talk. Speak to yourself with affirming language and visualize your success before you even step up to the plate.
All right, part three, the midpoint engagement. Just taking a quick, deliberate pause here.
If you find this analysis valuable, please like and subscribe to Knowledge Lighthouse to help us bring more truths to light.
Okay, jumping into part four, bouncing back from setbacks, because experiencing a dark night or a tough failure is something we all have to deal with.
When everything goes wrong, your absolute first instinct is probably beating yourself up, right? But the author makes a brilliant point here. Doing that changes absolutely nothing about the outcome. Zero. In fact, it actively damages your mental health, drowning you in shame and guilt. Instead, your strategy has to pivot immediately to practicing self-compassion. You need to treat yourself exactly the same way you would treat a really good friend who just went through the ringer. You offer encouragement, not harsh criticism.
There is a remarkably powerful reframing quote straight from the book that you should probably write down. I may have made a mistake, but I can learn from it and do better next time. That is how you stop negative self-talk dead in its tracks during a failure. You stop viewing a setback as the end of the world, and you reframe it to find the silver lining. It's just an opportunity to gather some data, adjust, and grow.
So to really execute that bounce back, keep these steps in mind. We just nailed down reframing your mindset. Next rule, do not compare yourself to others. Seriously, comparing your messy, behind-the-scenes reality to someone else's curated highlight reel on social media is a total trap. You're on your own unique journey. Remember to celebrate your small successes too. Even if it's just finishing a brutal work project or getting through a long run, a win is a win. And listen, seeking professional help or joining a support group, that is never a sign of weakness. Realizing you need a therapist or a community to help rebuild your confidence is actually a sign of immense, incredible strength.
Part 5. Finding your inner confidence. This is the ultimate goal, folks. Unbreakable self-trust. Taking everything we've talked about so far, inner confidence is defined as this really deep, unshakable sense of trust and faith in yourself. And the absolutely crucial phrase to remember here is independent of external factors.
Real, lasting confidence? It doesn't come from your bank account, your job title, or getting constant validation from your peers. It's entirely a state of mind. It's being totally comfortable in your own skin so you can ride out life's crazy, unpredictable waves with absolute grace.
So, how do you actually wire this long-term resilience into your brain? You start by practicing deep self-awareness so you truly understand your own core values. You constantly challenge those limiting beliefs, those fake stories rooted in fear that try to tell you you aren't enough. You have to actively embrace failure as a super useful learning tool instead of something that defines your self-worth. And finally, you practice mindfulness and self-care. Taking the time to be fully present, maybe through a bit of meditation or just some deep breathing, actively lowers your anxiety and locks in that incredible feeling of unshakable inner calm.
And finally, part 6, the complete deep dive. Now, to truly make these strategies a permanent part of your daily routine, there is immense value in having the physical tools right there in your hands, ready to study and highlight. For the complete deep dive, own the paperback. Get your high-quality paperback edition on Amazon via the link in the description. Add it to your collection today. Please share this video and check the description for more. So I'll leave you with this question. What is the very first step you're going to take today to start building your own unshakable foundation?